Hello, in February 2026, and I was blown away at how effective his flick was, how hard he could hit it. It was amazing. I'm gonna break this down with these still images. This is where he's starting. Big key is we're gonna see the lag he accomplishes here. So at first, what I wanted to stop at was how low does he get the paddle? I think often it helps if your paddle's going up somewhat before you hit a ball. So that's even further down. And right now there's no lag. His paddle's still in front of his wrist. He's somewhat leaning over to the left, not taking a step. His right shoulder's already a little bit forward, so he's rotated his shoulders somewhat. The paddle's starting to go back. Look at the amount of lag. His wrist is now bent backwards. His paddle is still pointing somewhat sideways. I'm trying to think, would that be 45 degrees down toward the ground? Probably not that much. When I think about hitting this shot, when the ball is high, I think about the flick being level with the ground. Whereas if the paddle tip was straight down, I'd be flicking upward. And when I do that, it's very easy to hit the ball out. So at this point, you can see everything went up. So at this point, his whole arm is going up from his shoulder. His arm probably isn't quite straight yet, but he's still got a lot of lag there. I stopped it here. He's not yet hit the ball, but he's as far forward, we can cheat ahead. That's as far as his wrist can go. Now, I'm not saying his wrist is released yet, but he's fully extended. And one thing I like to think about that makes me seem taller than I am is if I can get my shoulder pretty close to the same height as where I'm hitting the ball, that is as far out as I can reach. His paddle's now, let's say, parallel with the net. He's not yet hit the ball. So this is where the flick motion of the wrist and having some strength really is going to pay off. I was blown away at the amount of power he got on these flicks. So much so I've been practicing and practicing because he just destroyed people. It's interesting here that he actually hits this ball down on the bottom part of his paddle. I doubt he meant to do that. This is his full extension. That's as much of a follow through as he has on this shot. I think a lot of people think they're going to flick all the way through and bend their wrist, the back of their hand, or the wrist as far backwards as they can. I've noticed he didn't do that. J.W. Johnson doesn't go much past that. Years ago, I grabbed a YouTube clip of him and put it in slow motion so I could watch and learn and see what is he doing. At this point also, he's bending forward a little bit more than how he started out, I would say. That's something with the J.W. Johnson clip. He really leans forward to take that ball, I guess, at the highest point possible. And also that as well as reaching out further just takes away time from them. You're hitting it closer to them, so therefore I guess it's going slightly faster. If you hit this flick and you keep that follow through very short and you come right back to where he's at now, where you're almost parallel with the net again, with the paddle face, you're ready if that ball comes right back. You're on your backhand as he teaches. If you're in a defensive, if you think you're losing, get in a defensive position, and he says defensive is being on your backhand. He's already there because he hit a backhand flick. Now, had he followed through wildly and opened up to his forehand, and somebody hits that back across him, which I see that happen to quite a few people, even me, if you sit on your forehand for some reason, you took a big backhand swing or whatever you did, and you end up sitting on your forehand off to the side of your body, that's the only time I usually get hit in the body is because I'm sitting forehand. But really, I think most of this motion and speed is coming from that flick. He didn't hit it straight out in front of him. If he would have hit the ball at this position where his paddle face is parallel with the net, it would have gone straight. So this one, I believe he's hitting across. He talked about some other things that I will hopefully also include. His serve, which he's on record at 60 miles an hour. It was very impressive. So subscribe or check out the channel. I will be uploading more of these videos. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, tips on how you would hit this shot, please share them down below. I can tell you that I work on this with the ball machine. I also hit in my basement on the wall with my foam ball. Basically every other shot I can do this. I flick it, and then also I get a rep of trying to reset. And if the reset doesn't come where I can flick it again, I actually hit another shot that sets me up for this flick. I find that I do it enough that I've been sore, but I think that's what it takes to have the strength to be able to hit this thing so hard. I found that he would just hit it at people. He said he was aiming at like right hips and right shoulders. Even when he did the exposition match with like 5'5" level players, he could hit that so hard they could not control it enough to survive his next shot if they even got it back at all. Hope you enjoy this. Let me know.